Three opponent. Look at them fall. 2 for 1. Yes. 3 down. Look at them fall.
Alright, I know those first opening clips were just me smacking some kid in the face with a chaperone, but there were some nice little clips that I got early today, so I thought I'd put on the beginning of the video. However, the focus of today's video is this bad boy right here, the Jian 7 rifle. Now, these were dropping for me really plentifully before this season. However, now with the new season and obviously the loot pools being mixed up, I've been getting a ton of them, an absolute ton of them, and I finally got one with something that makes this a make or break for me, basically. SPO 26 front on any of these Suros guns. If I don't have this sight, I'm basically not going to use it. I just really like the sight. It reminds me of a D1 sight that I used to use on an old Hawk saw, and you know, old habits die hard, as they say. If you want to have a look at the rest of the roll, we have high caliber rounds, full auto, and rampage. So this thing is kinda mean, because obviously rampage increases the damage, full auto increases the rate of fire, with it being a 390 RPM pulse rifle. Normally these are kind of slow and steady, but with the full auto and rampage, you can kind of ramp it up a little bit, if you will, and I've been enjoying using it quite a lot. Now, of course, a lot of this gameplay that you're seeing is all after SPMM got removed, so yes, the lobbies are not as sweaty as they used to be, and thank the Lord that they are not as sweaty as they used to be. Now your boy can just chill, play the game like a normal player, and have fun. Man, the difference in these lobbies, it's just absolutely insane. Like, this is what a pub lobby should be. I know a lot of players who are not so good at the game are extremely upset that SPMM's gone, but you should really try and realize that, yo, look, you know, everybody's supposed to be able to drop into 6v6 and just have a quick game. And the outcome of that game shouldn't be predetermined by an algorithm. You know, your queue time shouldn't be 10 or 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, crazy. It's just, I can just hop in and we can just play. And we can take a gun like the Jian 7 and, you know, we can do pretty damn good with it. Is it like a hard meta weapon? I wouldn't say so, but at the same time, it is very, very good. Not a bad weapon by any means. So it's not like I've been, you know, taking it easy by using Jian 7. It's a really, really good gun in my opinion. Now, a combination of a couple of things, like I said earlier, the sight of the weapon, the two traits that we've got on the weapon, full auto and rampage, make me lean towards this more than other 390 pulses, because obviously the sight is a really agile sight, really good for close quarters and medium range engagements. The full auto obviously gives you increased rate of fire, which is really, really nice, I feel, on a pulse rifle like this. And then rampage obviously giving you a little bit of damage with each kill really does add to the multi-kill potential, because as soon as you get any kind of damage buff on a 390 pulse, they start to become really, really disgusting. And yeah, the Jian 7 is no different right here. You can see in the gameplay as well, obviously it's putting in work. And a bonus, as far as I'm concerned, is that I compare it with the chaperone. And obviously the chaperone is, you know, my weapon of choice, especially if I'm going to play something like trials or whatever. And having really good options in the energy slot to pair with the chaperone is always something that I look for. It's a bit of a gripe of mine. Like, I personally, I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but I just cannot get on with basically any energy hand cannons at the moment. The only one that I like would probably be Kindled Orchid, and that's a 140 RPMs, which isn't necessarily the best right now. But Waking Vigil, Jack Queen King, NF, Luna's Howl, I don't know, man. They just don't really vibe with me anymore. NF is still good, but the range is just not that great, and compared to something like a Spare Rash or a Dire Promise, you're going to be getting consistently outranged by god rolls with, you know, rangefinder and all that kind of thing. So yeah, at the moment I've been struggling to find a hand cannon to pair with. Obviously hand cannons have been my weapon of choice for a long time, and I decided with season 10 with the changes to auto rifles, I'd bring out the auto rifle, and the Gnawing Hunger has been serving me really well. But one thing I've noticed though, since obviously the changes to the loot pool, everyone is kind of finding out how good Gnawing Hunger is now, and I would expect to see a ton more Gnawing Hungers in your lobbies as time goes on and everyone starts to get, you know, the best rolls. I was thinking of making a video on it, but I've made so many videos on that gun that I don't know, man. I'm just gonna leave that one for now, and I'm just gonna keep enjoying my tap the trigger kill clip Gnawing Hunger as much as possible. But that weapon does have weaknesses too. The range on it isn't great, and on slightly bigger maps, this could be a pretty nice alternative for me. I don't know about you guys, I've been using Darkness before quite a lot as well recently. But again, that weapon is getting sunsetted next season, so I'm kind of looking to the future a little bit as well. with my loadouts. I want to find energy weapons that are going to be here for a while to come. And obviously my Annoying Hunger, the one that I have, it will be sunsetted. The tap the trigger kill clip roll that I have is going to be sunsetted at the end of this season. So I do need Shaxx to, you know, ideally drop me a tap the trigger kill clip Annoying Hunger once again. And maybe I'll be able to keep that one for a couple of seasons. I think this Jian 7 will be going on for a couple of seasons more. And, you know, it's just something to keep in mind. Obviously, for most players, I think they use kinetic primaries, most players. They really do. The best special weapons, for the most part, are in the energy slot. Felwinter's Beloved, for example. Erentil, if you're a fusion guy. So, you know, you look to the kinetic primaries, and there are a ton of great kinetic primaries. But I want to see some really, really good energy ones, man. It's time, some really good energy legendaries. I don't know if anyone else feels the same. But yeah, this Jian 7 though is one of those guns. It can, you know, it's a jack of all trades, especially with this roll. Full auto makes it decent in closer ranges. Obviously, with it being a 390 pulse, it is really solid at mid to long range. So, you know, it's all reliable, I would say, the Jian 7. If you want something that's not incredibly spectacular, but incredibly reliable, then this is the weapon for you. I really believe the 390s are in a pretty balanced spot, especially on PC, because they are good. Time to kill isn't amazing, but the ease of use is really, really, you know, up there. So it's kind of fair, like they don't kill the quickest, but they do kill quick still. It's not like crazy slow. Like, for example, a 180 hand cannon killing at 1 second. I think the 390s are around 0.93 second time to kill, and obviously with the damage dealing perk, that time to kill gets, you know, shortened quite a little bit. So 390 pulse is underrated on PC, I feel, but they definitely can put in work. Although if you put a gun to my head and you said what's your best pulse rifle archetype, I would probably say 540 RPMs. But there's a real shortage of good ones for me at the moment. I don't know, I need like Darkest Before to come back with random rolls. Imagine a Darkest Before with quick draw and killing wind. Can you imagine that? Oof. That would be kind of nasty, I think. If you have a look at the game, guy popped Spectral and got shotgun in the back. That's a tough way to go, man. We got a little bit of bolt caster ammo here, by the way. Someone's about to get it. Someone is okay. Wait, no, we popped a bubble. There it is. I fried him like an omelette. You know what I'm saying? With weapons of light, by the way, this thing's hitting for 42 to the head. That is lethal. That's a 2 burst. That's a pretty nice nade. Right on the money. Now, for the final part of the video, I have a really, really funny game of Rumble. We actually we ran out of medals in this game, in Rumble. And of course we were rocking the Jian 7 and the Chaperone. So I thought we'd do a little post-game commentary. I've got an AFK guy here, he gets absolutely clapped. No problem at all. I really like Anomaly for Rumble. I think it's a great map for Rumble. I was randomly shooting there because I just put a counterbalance mod on the gun in this lobby. The natural recoil, I believe, is, I want to say 70, 74, something like that. Actually, let me have a quick look before I get my numbers on. Oh yeah, so the natural recoil is 80, the recoil direction. So putting a counterbalance mod on it takes it to 95 recoil direction, which is really stable. Up until then, I had been rocking a Rampage spec mod on the gun to extend the duration of Rampage. But counterbalance for that consistency is not to be overlooked as well. Obviously we've got a little bit of Chaperone action going here. One-Eyed Mask as well, so good in Rumble because obviously you can heal after pretty much every engagement, which leaves you ready to take on the next guy, as you can see. Although this time the overshield is from Defensive Strike. Ooh, that guy got mapped by the Chaperone. I'm trying not to use the Chaperone as much in the gameplay because obviously I want you guys to see the pulse. And I think for the most part I am mainly pulsing, and there's a lot of Titans in this lobby just running at me in a straight line trying to shoulder charge me, and yeah, I mean look at that. Man, since SPMM has been taken away, the one thing that I've noticed the most in the difference between players is the lower like skill bracket player just does not even attempt to engage with a primary. They just always have the special weapon out. So if you play your distances correctly, like it's just easy pickings with a primary, man. Dudes are not interested in primary gunfights. And it probably comes as a bit of a shock to the system, especially if you've been, you know, in those lower tier lobbies with SPMM. going into a lobby where someone just uses a primary and completely shuts you down, it probably can be a little bit of a shock to the system. But don't get me wrong though, I do like to sword people too, you know what I'm saying? And right here, this is some preemptive shit. Look at this. He was not ready, man. He was just not ready. This is a really good lane to show the pulse in action. Consistent, good damage. Got another title. Oh my god, look at him. Holy shit, how'd you get away with playing like that? Okay, we got a Spectral Blades coming. I'm going to hide my nade around that little corner. Pop Sentinel, and time to assert dominance. Let the hunter know that you just been gatted, my friend. Unlucky. He took it like a champ though. I respect it, man. I respect it. He was actually doing pretty good in the lobby. That was my competitor in the lobby, basically, that player. So shutting down his Spectral probably won me the game, all in all. And obviously allowed me to get that cheeky rune out of medals that you're about to see. Maybe I shouldn't have told you that I got a Wii Ran. Would it have been better if I didn't say anything? It's kind of nice though. The winning kill is the Wii Ran. Spoiler alert. Well, I've already told you like 3 times. I'm so proud of myself. Trying to hit that guy at range. Gonna secure it. And there we go. Lovely jubbly. Jian 7 everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that like button and subscribe to show some support. And also I'll be going live on Twitch shortly after this video. So please do come by the stream, twitch.tv/DFBShake.